Hi you guys, so today I'm going to be doing kind of a different video. I'm not going to be doing a beauty related video. I'm actually going to be doing a video talking about my belly button piercing. And I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about my belly button piercing just because, to tell you guys things not to do basically. Other than my nose, my belly button was the only thing I've had pierced other than my ears. And so I haven't had much experience with piercings, and yeah, I've made a couple mistakes. So I'm just gonna kind of get right into it and tell you guys about my experience. Just know I'm not trying to scare you guys or tell you not to do it. If you want to get your belly button pierced, go for it, do it. Don't let this video scare you. It's just kind of to inform you, and there was definitely ways to prevent what happened to me. I just wasn't very smart. This video, when I'm filming this video, is actually 1 month after I have had my belly button pierced. So I've had my belly button pierced for 4 weeks now. I have the same jewelry in. I haven't changed the jewelry. But yeah, so let's just get into it. So the day I got my belly button pierced, I went by myself, which is my first mistake. I would not recommend going to a piercing by yourself unless you're experienced and you have a lot of piercings. Then go for it. You know what you're doing. Don't even listen to me. But I went by myself, and that was not a good decision. And the next mistake, I had not eaten or drank anything that day, which also is not very smart. For someone like me, I'm very queasy when it comes to needles or blood or anything like that. I get very nauseous, and it just wasn't smart for me not to eat or drink anything that day. So I got up in the morning and I went right at noon. That was when the shop opened. And I went right at noon. I called and I was like, can you get me in? And the main piercer wasn't there that day. It was a second piercer basically. The main piercer is actually the owner, but he was not there that day. And the other piercer had a tattoo or something, but he said he could squeeze me in if I came in right there, but I was in the parking lot. So I went in, and we went back there, and so basically he was like, we need to make sure that your belly button has a lip on it, which I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with belly buttons, so I don't really know if, that's something that most piercers do. When I went with my friend to get her belly button pierced at the same place, she got pierced by the actual main piercer. And he did not check her belly button to see if she had a lip or anything like that. He literally just she pulled up her shirt and he just started marking it. But this guy, for some reason, was like, we need to make sure your belly button has a lip. And then I pulled up my shirt and he's like, oh, I don't think I can pierce your belly button because I guess my belly button's super shallow. But being me, I mean, yes, I should have listened to him. He wanted me to come back when the main piercer was there, and I didn't want to. Which, always listen to your piercer. If he tells you he thinks something could be wrong, listen to your piercer. I didn't want to, so he was like, well, if we pierce it, I'm gonna have to pierce it a little bit deeper than, how you normally pierce a belly button. And I was like, yeah, let's just do it. If anything happens, you warned me, you told me, it's not your fault. But I was like, you warned me. If anything happens, it's not your fault. The blame's not on you. I signed the waiver, is it wafer or waiver? It's definitely waiver, not wafer. I signed the waiver, and he marked it. It looked good. When he pierced it, honestly, it hurt really bad. And I don't know if that was because he had to pierce it a little bit deeper. I'm not sure, but it hurt really bad. And probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10. And yes, the pain is so quick and temporary, so don't let that scare you. It's literally gone in 2 seconds. Once he sticks the needle through, it's gone. It's fine. But it did hurt really bad. And I kind of laid there and I was like, wow, that really hurt. And he's like, it's over, it's fine. I got up, I paid, and I left. And when I got in my car, I will show you guys my piercing too in a minute. I'll show you guys that at the end. But, I left and I got in my car and I started feeling incredibly nauseous. And honestly, I think it was because I hadn't eaten anything that day. I have gotten something else pierced since then, but I'm not going to go into detail. But when I got that pierced, I did not feel nauseous. Nothing, I felt totally fine afterwards. Being that I've had something else pierced after my belly button and I was completely fine, I definitely think that I felt nauseous because I hadn't eaten or drinking water. I keep saying drinking and it's drank. I didn't eat or drink any water that day. And so I got in my car and I just felt incredibly nauseous, and I opened my car door because I thought I was gonna vomit. And all of a sudden I got super dizzy and my vision like blacked out. Like I had no vision. I was still like able to move. I was still like, I could move, I just couldn't see. Like my vision blacked out for like 30 seconds and it was really scary. You know, my car door was open. I was scared. Like basically I was really scared. I was like, what the heck? Like, is this normal? And you know, I've watched other videos since I got my belly button pierced and other people, you know, pass out after too. It's fine. It was just really scary because I was alone, and that's definitely why you shouldn't go alone. If you haven't had a lot of piercings, I just would not recommend going alone in case something like that were to happen. So after that, my vision came back after like 30 seconds. I laid down in my car until I felt like okay. And the piercing shop is like 20 minutes from my house. So the whole drive home, I just felt super sick. Like I just wanted to be home and I just wanted to lay in bed. Like that's all I wanted to do. I finally got home and I laid down and I took a nap. And like I should probably tell you guys, after I got it pierced, it didn't really hurt. It wasn't really sore like right after. But I got home, I took a nap, I woke up and I felt fine. I didn't feel nauseous anymore. And the days after, it did hurt. It was sore. I couldn't lay on my stomach, bend a certain way. I couldn't, you know, slouch. I had to like sit up so there was no like wrinkles in my belly. But yeah, so it probably hurt honestly for about a week. I mean, it still like hurts sometimes, like if, you know, I hit it or I yank on it or something gets caught on it. But, you know, it doesn't hurt just sitting here. I can lay on my stomach, you know, I can bend anyway, like, whatever. It doesn't hurt. It only hurts when I, like, pull on it or something, you know, hits it, that kind of thing. But, yeah, so it's been about a month, and the healing process has been really up and down. One day it's, you know, looks like it's getting better, and then the next day it'll be pussing, and, you know, just not good, and it will hurt. And keep in mind, like, if your belly button is infected, do not take out the piercing. Like, I've heard so many people say that, and I'm sure you guys have heard that too, but don't take out the piercing, because if the holes, like, close and that infection is stuck in you, don't do it. Like, that's not good. Just don't do it. If it's infected, let it work itself out. Just don't do that. So yeah, some days it'll be good, some days it'll be bad. One thing I've really noticed that really irritates it is when I touch it, like, I touch it too much. And with, like, dirty hands, I recommend don't touch it at all unless you're cleaning it. And I clean it in the shower. I shower in the morning, I clean it with antibacterial soap in the shower, and then at night I do a saltwater soak on it. And I still do that. When it gets infected, I do 2 saltwater soaks a day until I notice it doing better, and then I'll go back to 1. Yeah, but the main reason I've noticed that mine gets infected or irritated is when I touch it. Like, so if I touch it a lot one day with dirty hands, my hands aren't washed or whatever, the next day it'll be super irritated. So just don't touch it a lot. That's the main thing that I've noticed that really irritates it. But yeah, and I do notice that, like, when things get caught on it, the next day it'll be sore. It's still really red. It's got a lot of red around the upper ball. I'll show you guys. I know a lot of people say that when they first get it pierced, there's a lot of skin in between and that it'll migrate a little bit, and then there will be less skin. I don't know if that's going to happen to me. It's only been 4 weeks. So yeah, that's just kind of like my experience on my belly button, or my belly button piercing. Again, this video wasn't to scare you. Don't be scared. Like, if you want a piercing, don't let the pain stop you from getting it. The pain is so temporary. It's like 2 seconds. just don't let it scare you from getting it. If you want a piercing, just do it. Well, as long as you have permission or you're of age to do it, of course. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and just subscribe for my channel for more videos, and I'll see you in my next one.